Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of MouseMinds. I am here for you, as always, with my co-host here, Lisa. Louella. Sorry. Wow.
Hello.
Uh, so we are here for you this week. Michael and Lisa are both busy this week, but we are here, and I'm excited to be here with Luella because she recently took a trip to Orlando, and I want to discuss that with her in a minute here. But uh, I did want to discuss something. Well, first off, welcome to the show this week. If you're joining us live here on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, thanks for joining us. We do it every Tuesday night live at 8:30 on the Disney and Beyond YouTube channel, the Facebook, Mouse Minds Facebook, and you can find us on Twitch under Mouse Minds as well. And of course, every Friday on your favorite or our favorite podcasting platform, just search for Mouse Minds and you can find us on there as well. And I want to thank everybody for joining us this week. And Luella just traveled to Orlando, and I definitely want to talk about that. But I want to give a shout out to something real quick that invited me out this week, to check out their event. And if you ever see this coming to Orlando, or you are in Orlando and you know this is coming, please, please, please go to this event. I actually got invited recently to go to first Orlando with a basically it's in downtown Orlando, and they shut down the streets, and they have different art installations and shows and so in actual uh downtown. And this year I got to see the Blue Man Group. They did a show down on the main stage, and this is literally outside in downtown Orlando. They did a show there, promoting, of course, their new venue, which is opening up on May 1st. The Blue Man Group is coming back to Orlando, which I gotta be quite honest with you, I wasn't overly excited for this, but after seeing the Blue Man Group again, um, I was very excited. So I'm very excited to see what happens with the Blue Man Group, because I'm very excited to see them come back to Orlando. It was nice seeing them back. I did not know how much I missed that. Here, I'm gonna throw up a photo so you guys can see their uh, funness on the screen here. Well, if it lets me up, let me try one more time. But Blue Man Group was there. I also saw Cirque du Soleil. They did a scene from Drawn to Life. I believe, actually, if I remember correctly, it was actually a scene from the movie, or from the show. Oh, that's the wrong computer. That they haven't done yet, and basically, they brought crane over the outdoor stage and hung a giant pencil from the crane, and the Cirque du Soleil folks did a whole routine flying there, because uh, raised the pencil in the air with the crane and did a whole aerial routine, which was absolutely just so beautiful. And one of the coolest things um, that I've seen in a while. It was cool to see them out there, and of course, their show is fantastic, and they do some cool stuff out there. And of course, Blue Man Group, if you remember it from when it was at Universal, amazing show, same show coming back. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Now, one last thing, two last things I wanted to mention before we get into Luella here, and there was another show that absolutely captivated me and everyone else, I think, who was there. And this is something that I really feel like should be inside a theme park. If it is, and I don't understand why it is not already inside a theme park. So there was a show called oh oh my gosh, I have to name again. But it was called Signal. Um, I have to. I can't believe I can't. Remember. I've been saying it so much. Um, so called Signal something, and basically what it was uh essentially there was a dance group that got onto the main stage and were dancing in front of us, and they were wearing like bright outfits, and like it was dark out and everything else, and they did their whole, all kinds of crazy like modern dancing and things that mesh the signal, what this is called. And I have video of this. I'll put it on the YouTube channel so you guys can see it. But what was cool was they had people dancing in front of me on the stage. In front of the stage, they had people on bikes doing tricks on like half pipes and all that. There were people dancing behind me on two separate stages that were like 6 rows back. They had a guy in the middle in the back doing like fire twirling. And then at one point they had, and I don't know why the picture isn't loading. I'll try to get the picture to load. But at one point they had a giant, like they said like there was like a screen, and the screen said, we're gonna send you you have incoming mail, and there's gonna be something coming for you, Orlando. And then all we saw was this giant, like, I don't know how you want, giant like ring, I would say. And it basically uh there was people hanging from this giant metal ring. I have to show you the photo. I'm trying to get it to show you guys the photo here. But there was this giant ring, and it there was people just dangling from it, and it was honestly one of the coolest things I've seen, like as far as a show is concerned. And I was just mesmerized by this. Absolutely mesmerized. I have to, all right, here, I think here's the photo. Okay, it's loading it right now. But yes, so I was absolutely mesmerized by this. And they were actually dangling it like up in the air. The crane had lifted them right over my head. For those of you who can see, it's a giant, like one of those metal like
That looks
like,
so cool.
yeah, and you can see them dangling from the thing, and there was a whole like routine. Let me see if I can download the video, guys, on the screen here, so you can see it. And of course, for those of you, I will you will hear me. You can hear this. Of course, watch this on the Disney and Beyond channel. I'll put it in the. I'm gonna try to get it here so I can for you guys, because this was actually really something. Actually, you know what? I think I can do it this way here, and hope if I do it this way, you guys can hear the audio as well. Um, I'm gonna share my other screen. All right, so I have the screen up over here. All right, so you guys can see, and hopefully you can hear this. If you can hear this, let me know. But I would imagine you should be able to, but we shall see. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to hit play. There it goes. Can you guys?
Wow, that looks really cool.
Yeah, the crane over, and I got to and they had like a whole there was another crane that fast forward. You can see that people, and you can kind of see what was going on there. And then you can see there's the bicycle people on the BMX bikes right there doing all the tricks. There. Um, but fireworks on the actual float itself. And well, I say fireworks, sparks or whatever you call it, but they actually had fire or sparks shoot out of the side, which is the picture that I showed For you listening to the podcast, you really have to go out. I will get this onto the page as soon as I can here. Um, so you guys can see this because it was really amazing uh, between the people on the bus and of course what was going what should oh here comes it, it's your but you can hear me screaming because that was like the coolest things I've ever seen. And then just to show you guys, I'm gonna close out of this real fast, but just to show you guys too, um, what else was going on there because I did actually see Cirque du Soleil, and you can see that on my TikTok. If you just look up theme park fan, you can see my TikTok and see Cirque du Soleil on there. But I will show you guys. Here is one of the scenes that they were doing, so you guys can see the Cirque du Soleil show. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit so you guys can see hanging from the pencil, flying through the audience. Well, not flying through the audience, but flying across the but and all kinds of great. And this is the same at the exactly. So it, it for the music train, but that I was expecting this entertaining. So if you next year, I believe Immerse happens every February. So if you are coming out in February, please look and see if that is available or happening because there were so many other things that I'm not mentioning. They converted one of the bars into a Frankenstein themed bar, and um, they had all the people in the bar act as the characters from Frankenstein, and like they lived in the town that Victor lived in, and it was easily something that could have been inside Epic Universe, easily. And they rang the bells, and they all gathered around, and they drug Victor out. The creator of Frankenstein out into the middle of this crowd, and they all walked around him in a circle and saying something strange is happening in this town, and then all you saw was them place him up against the wall and just that was and then they drug him out of the drug him out of the they beat up Victor and then drug him out of the room. It was crazy. Like I could easily see something like that at Halloween Horror Nights or Epic Universe or something like that. It was so well done. I mean, this was theme park level quality, like entertainment. Like I'm surprised to have something like this at Universal. So, Immerse, thank you so much for inviting me out. It was a blast. And I cannot wait for next year because if this was just an amazing year and I can't wait for next year. Now,
Awesome.
Louella was just at all over Orlando. So tell us, where did you
Well, I was there for work. And so I had my national meeting there for the company I work for. But to kind of squeeze in, I can't be in Orlando and not check out something. So one day before and one day after my meeting, I squeezed in like a Universal Day and Epic Universe Day and Magic Kingdom Day. But I will say, the time I was there, it was the coldest I've ever been in Orlando. It was colder than anything in California. I mean, I felt like I was in Mammoth. I felt like I was in the snow. It was so cold, and it really surprised me. And even though I had my ski jacket, I was cold. So that was a new experience for me.
Yeah,
But
that we definitely had
my
some
ear, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. We
Can
definitely
you hear me
had
now?
some the last few weeks. I can definitely hear you.
Sorry,
It
can you hear
definitely has
me?
some.
Okay. So, but yeah, I've been wanting to check out Epic Universe since it has opened, and I was able to squeeze that before my meeting, and it's a park that I know is still going to grow. But for what I was able to see, I was really pleased. I really enjoyed it, and I kept saying to myself while I was there, because I was by myself. I was basically in Orlando for work, so I saw the parks by myself. I couldn't. I kept saying to myself, I can't wait for my family to see this park. But
So
yeah.
what? So did you? What was your favorite attraction? Did you do? What was your favorite?
I think, well, everyone kept talking about the attraction of the How to Train Your Dragon, but it was broken when I was there. So I unfortunately was not able to ride it. And in fact, a lot of the rides at the start of the beginning, because it was so cold, were not running.
Uh,
And so it took a while to warm everything up. But of the rides that I did ride, I actually really enjoyed, surprisingly, I enjoyed the Monsters, was it United? And I really
Monsters
enjoyed
Unchained.
Unchained, yes. The Monsters Unchained, and I hate monsters. So it really surprised me that I thought that that was a very well done ride. I can appreciate a very well done ride, even if I don't like whatever the characters are. And I love Harry Potter, so I enjoyed the Harry Potter ride. But they were all good. All of the
Yeah,
ones I
two
rode were
two.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful park, right?
It's a beautiful park. You can see that the attractions are not many, so it's still growing, which is what
Hmm.
leads to the extremely long lines because there's just not any as many attractions. But it's going to grow into even a much better park. But for what it is, I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I thought it was beautiful. I liked the theming. And just in general, I just can't wait to go back when there's much more and I can take my family.
Did you eat anything inside the park, or did you just do the attractions?
I did. I didn't eat a lot, but I asked around like what was something that is a must eat. And I think there's still room for growth, but everyone kept talking about the mac and cheese cone at the we're in the How to Train Your Dragon area.
Yeah.
So
From
that was good. It's
yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
similar. It's very similar to the one at Cars Land, I would say. It's practically the same. So, but it was good. Yeah, and then
Yeah. I was I was very curious about your review. It's so.
repeat what you said. You were going in and out.
Oh, I said I was waiting for your review on that because I find it to be very much similar to the one in California as well, in Cars
Yes.
Land.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it wasn't for me. I think if I've never had the one in Cars Land, I'd be like, this is a really nice combination, but it was almost exactly the same, which is not
Yeah.
bad. It was good. And then the I ate at Toadstool, which is exactly the same as the one here in Hollywood, but I
Hmm.
like it. I like the one in Hollywood, so I don't
Okay.
go to Universal often. I really don't. So I just wanted to eat there. And it's exactly the same. And then I did have a butterbeer crepe, which
Yeah.
in there,
Uh,
which was really good, but it was very sweet. It was very sweet for me, but I liked it. Yeah.
yeah. Anything butterbeer tends to be very high on the sweet side.
Yes, but I had to have it. So, and I did like how you're able to order mobile order and then just sit down and then they'll deliver. I thought it was a really nice aspect rather than having to line up, order the food. If you have, you can still line up and order the food, but to me, to just order from the app was easier,
Well,
quicker.
not at all. Old stores, you have to do it from the app. At
Yes,
least when I
right.
went, again, think old schools, they stood over you in line and said, "Hey, download the app, and then
Oh,
we'll
okay.
go from there." So like, because I they literally gave me like a thing and set at a table and said I had to download the app. Which there have been other restaurants. There are other restaurants. I think Three Broomsticks is like that at Islands of
Okay.
where Three Broomsticks Universal at the other parks, is like that too, where you have to order on the app. Which I I mean I don't have a problem with that. That doesn't bother me at all. The only thing that bothers me about ordering from an app is with the Universal app, there's no like real option for customization. So like if
Mm-hmm.
you like if you need to speak to or you need to see what's in something. Like, yes, the app does give you like kind of a guideline, but if you have questions, you can't really. It was I know like when I went to Three Broomsticks, it's like hard. What if you want something taken off the dish? What if you don't? I don't know
Yeah.
what that is, but it's really hard to actually speak to someone before you order the food. And then when you order the food, how do you tell them what you don't want? Because there's not really a place in the app to do that. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
that's my only complaint. And sometimes some people are just not going to do an app. I mean, not everyone's wants to download an app on their vacation or whatever else, and it requires people. What if the people are from out of the country and they don't have cellular service here? They rely on Wi-Fi, and what if their Wi-Fi is not universal Wi? So there's a lot of I think that don't make that
Yeah.
a great. There has to be someone that takes orders, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there is. But for me, it was very easy. I really enjoyed my time there. I can't wait to see its growth, and um, I enjoyed all the rides. I'm not a big coaster person, but
Mhm.
that one coaster I rode was really good. Um, Donkey Kong. It was just great. I just missed out riding the How to Train Your Dragon because it never opened when I was there. So that's okay. Another reason to come back.
Yeah, and that's a good reason to
Yeah.
come back because that is actually a fun. So, well, I'm glad that. And you said you went to Magic Kingdom as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, and so I went to Magic Kingdom, and when my meeting ended, I only had the opportunity to go a half day to the park. So
Okay.
I had really just three goals, actually one goal in mind, and that was to ride Tron. So it didn't matter whatever I
Oh,
did, I just needed to ride that ride. So I I went to Magic Kingdom after my meeting and stood in line and rode Tron, and it was everything that I really enjoyed. I knew already it was going to be short. Um, I was freezing because it was outside, but I really liked it. It was fun, and the line wasn't that bad. It was like an hour when I was riding that ride. So and then everything else was just going to be bonus. I wanted
yeah.
to see the parade and I wanted to see the fireworks, and that was at the end of the day. So I just kind of squeezed in certain things. Just walked around. I mean, I've been to that park multiple times. So, but I didn't have lightning lane. It wasn't something that I felt I needed because I was only doing half day, and I felt like everything was going to be gone
Yeah.
by the time I did it. So I just kind of did
Uh,
it old school. Looked at the times. This sounds like it's not that long. I'm gonna line up.
now you said you did see the parade.
I did. I did. I liked it. I thought it was cute. It was adorable. I love the floats. Take the Night is still my favorite. I'll be honest, I don't remember the song. And like if you played me the song, I wouldn't remember what the music was. But for what it was with all the lights and all the different floats, I thought it was so pretty. It was a very pretty evening parade. But yeah,
I agree
I
with
wouldn't
you.
remember
The
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 music.
floats are gorgeous. They're re- they're really. But the music, uh, but the music to me is just like you said. It's not really memorable. You it's hard to. I mean, the floats are the only thing you really remember. All the stuff in between the floats you don't really remember. It's just the floats are just pretty, which it's like a good baseline for a parade. It just needs a little tweaking, and it could be, I think, even that much better. But the music is the big thing for me. I know most people that have seen it don't haven't really remember the music that much, either, because it's, and that's sad, because a lot of, I hear certain intros to parades and I get excited. It's like it's one of those things. But now, did you saw Happily Ever After? Have you seen that before, the fireworks?
No, I haven't. And that was a beautiful, that was a beautiful fireworks show. I tried to get as close to the front as I could. And I did actually. I got really close up front, so I could see all the projections on the castle.
Hmm.
I was around some loud
Hmm.
people that can like kind of annoy because I'm like, I just want to say like,
Hmm.
please be
Hmm.
quiet so I can listen to the music. But you know what? Everyone's enjoying their time there, so I can't knock that. I can't knock
Yeah,
people talking and just like screaming. But in general, I thought it was so pretty. It was a very pretty, beautiful fireworks show. And like so right after the parade, I just tried to find my way there and was totally pleased. I was pleased with my half day at the Magic Kingdom. I thought that I achieved what I
what
wanted to do, and
what
I was happy.
everybody.
What did you say?
What did you think of Tinkerbell
There was no
fl-
Tinkerbell.
flying
There was no
across the sky?
Tinkerbell.
Oh,
There
there
was
was
no
no Tinker.
Tinkerbell. Yeah, it could have
Oh,
been that it was just too cold or too what.
oh,
Yeah, because I
when,
had heard people around screaming, Tinkerbell's supposed to come. Tinkerbell, she never came. Um,
uh,
but I don't think it would make or break, to tell you the truth. I
mhm.
thought the fireworks was so pretty. I mean it. I see that at Disneyland. Maybe the castle's
Yeah,
not as big, but if it's not Tinkerbell, it's Baymax. If it's not Baymax, it's Nemo. Or it's Dumbo. We have everything
yeah.
flying. So I just want to see a really good, amazing fireworks show. I don't necessarily. I mean, for other people it
That,
could be, but for me, if you told me that, well, Tinkerbell wasn't there, I'm not disappointed.
and that's something you guys don't really get out there as regular fireworks shows. So I'm sure that was a treat.
Yes, yes, because the moment you have wind and we are in a residential area at Disneyland, the fireworks will get canceled. And we get bad winds. We really do.
Yeah.
So and I never, that's why I never camp out. Sometimes I see people camping out, and the moment I'm seeing the weather not being good, I want to tell the people, don't waste your time. This show might be canceled. And it's canceled a lot. So um because of the winds. But I know the weather was really cold when I was at Magic Kingdom, but they saw the fireworks, so that's nice.
Now, one big question I have to ask. You said you walked around the park. Did you happen to wander into Frontier?
I did walk in Frontierland because I rode, or is that in Ventureland? Because you're asking me about all that construction. No, no, I did not. I don't think so. Oh yeah, no, I did walk
Okay, so
by.
you did not.
I saw,
You did
I
not.
did because I went on Haunted Mansion, so I saw all of those boards up there, and walking
Mhm.
through to Pirates. But I just, I know that there's construction. There was construction everywhere. Yeah.
That's true. And there's no Rivers of America anymore either.
Yeah. But
That's what I was
let's
really curious
wait to see.
about Disney.
I have lots of faith in Imagineering. I really do. Like, I
I
think people have a lot of nostalgia, but I'm telling
Mhm.
you, once you've been to a foreign park, you'll realize that US parks don't get a lot because people go up in arms of nostalgia, but there's got you got to have faith in what they'll do and then judge later. And whether you judge or not, it's going to happen. So it's That's like something too. It's all beyond our control. But you hope they have a plan and you hope that plan is good.
Exactly.
But yeah, there was a lot of walls up. I did see the
Yep.
walls.
Yeah, true. Well, I'm glad that you had a great trip out to Orlando and you got to see the fireworks and, of course, the nighttime parade and ride Tron. Um, and that's really awesome that you got to enjoy that here at the parks. I really wanted to get this out. It's going to be a shorter podcast this week. Not everyone is here. I just wanted to give Luella a chance to to talk about her time at the parks, and then of course talk about immerse and things like that. Luella, did you have anything else to add about your trip to Orlando or anything else?
No, I mean it was for what short of a time it was. I always have a great time there, and I love I love if I'm able to even just do one park. I had a
Mhm.
meeting there. It's like, how can I not go to one? I gotta squeeze it in here somehow. Had to
Got
squeeze it in. So it was good. It was good.
Well, we're glad you squeezed it in. And we are
Yeah.
glad for all of you joining us here this week on the Mouse Minds podcast live. I think that's going to do it for this week's show. We definitely thank all of you for joining us every week at 8:30 on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search up Mouse Minds or Disney and Beyond, and you can find us. Also, we thank you for joining us every week at 5 p.m. on your favorite platform on Fridays. And I think that's going to do it for the show this week. As I always say, if you can dream it, you can do it. So go do it today. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.